wear masks and I open windows and run an air purifier. I feel fine about that. My kids are actually
That was like Fiddler on the Roof-esque. Yeah.
Well, la-di-da. Oh, the other bar mitzvah family?
Okay. Why not do that? Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai. Try and enjoy me. Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai. The words are so easy. Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai 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 lai lai lai. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It is so nice to see you on this really beautiful night. I hope you're enjoying being outside, even as the season is changing. Having a sweater is not the worst thing to be outside together. In this week's Torah portion, we've got a lot about Noah and the flood, and that often gets headline billing. But toward the end of the parasha, we have sort of a secondary story about the Tower of Babel. And it's this incredible structure that the people of humanity start to build as they're rebuilding the world post-flood. And they get so full of it that they're going to build this tower all the way up to and maybe even higher than God. And because of their ego, because of their arrogance,
God decides, enough with this, let's make this a little bit harder, and makes it so they can't understand each other anymore. He scatters, the people scatters their tongues into 70 different languages so that their ability to communicate, their ability to work together is no longer possible, and that is how all the peoples of the world sort of disperse, and that sense of unity is shattered. Today and tonight, we're very lucky in that we can all speak the same language. We can all connect in that way. And yet, the 6 other days of the week, we are scattered. We're thrown to work or to home or to all the different obligations in our lives, and we're not quite building a tower together despite our shared tongue. And so on this evening, as we're coming together, let's use the shared language, whether it's English or Shabbat Shalom, to greet the people around us. Actually, say hello, say hello, say Shabbat Shalom, so that we can celebrate this shared project of being together, of building Shabbat together.
I think when God scattered the people, God must have said, you can sing lie, because I'll understand everything you say. And that's how we came to lie, lie, lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Ya, lie, 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 ya, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 lie. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Oh, Melanie, you arrived just in time. You didn't even need to sit down. Come on up with your son, Gabe, as Gabe is about to become bar mitzvah. And you know what? You're going to fill in on behalf of Lydia as well in lighting the Shabbat candles for us. These are the windproof kind. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, nitzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you, guys. Lifting the sweet wine, we join together in Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron le'maseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila le'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדיש השבת. Amen. L'chaim. You could drink it if you want. All right. Twist my arm. L'chaim. We turn now in these prayer handouts. I hope everybody has one. If you don't, put your hand up and we'll get you one. With Psalm 95, L'chun ranana. L'chun ranana, l'chun ranana, l'chun ranana l'Adonai. L'chun ranana, l'chun ranana, l'chun ranana l'Adonai. Naria, naria l'tzur yeshenu, nekad mafana b'torah. Naria, naria l'tzur yeshenu, bizmirot naria lo. L'chun ranana, l'chun ranana, l'chun ranana l'Adonai. L'chun ranana, l'chun ranana, l'chun ranana l'Adonai. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai baruch hu shemo, v'azru miyom leyom yeshuato. Shiru l'Adonai baruch hu shemo, v'azru miyom leyom yeshu. Pick apart. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shir chadash, v'azru miyom leyom yeshuato. Shiru l'Adonai baruch hu shemo, v'azru miyom leyom yeshuato. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Close your eyes for a moment. Before we begin L'chadodi, just take a moment to think about who you might reach out to. You might not normally reach out to on this Shabbat. Maybe to say something special to them. Maybe to tell them that you love them or that you miss them. Knowing that that's a phone call that you're going to make or an email that you're going to make over this Shabbat. Yai, rai, 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 rai. Yai, rai, 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 yai, rai, 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 rai. Yai, lai, la, lai, rai, 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 rai. Yai, rai, 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 rai. L'chadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikabela. Shamoy v'zachor b'dibor echad, hishmiyanu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litila. L'chadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat מכוון אלך, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שידברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We're going to stand back up in a minute. So it's really your choice. What's the big problem with Noah? Why do the rabbis seem so critical? Because it says in the text, as our rabbinic intern Lily Goldstein just alluded to, he's relatively righteous. Tzaddik b'dorotav. If he lived in a time of really caring people, he would have been a nothing. So put yourself in Noah's shoes as we are about to be called to prayer. God tells you she's about to destroy the entire world. Pick your poison. Acid rain, political infighting, melting polar ice caps. Wouldn't you ask the Holy One if there was a plan B, another option? Noah said nothing. Not a question, not a critique, nothing. He just built the ark to save himself and his family. But we are the children of Abraham and Sarah, called to be compassionate, build a just, humane, and holy world. In fact, every day we are called to create a community of care that we and all those around us can share. That is the Baruch Hu's charge for those who want to rise in spirit or in stature. Now's the time.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
The Lubavitcher Rebbe tells the tale. Several travelers were gathered around a fire at a roadside inn, and each began to sing the praises of his rabbi. One said, for 15 years, my wife and I tried to have kids, and after the rabbi came to bless us, almost a year later, we had a son. Another replied, our daughter left home as a young teen and doing who knows what out there in the world. The rabbi came and said a blessing with us. It brought her back. After a couple more shared, one man smiled, saying, my rabbi encouraged me to take a risky business deal, blessing my new business venture in which I put tens of thousands of dollars, and I lost every penny. So what's the miracle? The other one said. The miracle, the man explained, is that he's still my rabbi. The miracles of our lives usually don't make our wildest dreams come true. In fact, most miracles are just the opposite. That even walking through life's struggles, what might at the moment be a nightmare, we find somehow the strength, the faith to keep moving forward.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אליהם. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אליהם. Who is like you? Who is מלכותך ראו בניך בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים זה אלינו ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד who is like you Adonai who is like you who is like you who is like you Adonai
Making ready for a Hashkivenu mashup. I think my friend Lester Bronstein, who is the wonderful rabbi, my classmate and teacher at Beit Am Shalom in White Plains, taught us this in rabbinic school. I imagine our Hashkivenu as the Holy One's tuck-in for you at night. After all, it's meant to calm our spirits and soothe our souls after living, as we do most days, with all the world's struggles and fights and strife. The bedtime tale our divine parent might tell would be pretty dreamy. A time of justice, of peace among people, a world where hate's overcome by the power of love. And maybe, just maybe, the Holy One would break into song.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, singing one day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai,
and I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that they don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day,
one day,
one day,
one day, singing one day, one day, one day, sing it with us. One day, one day, one day.
So making ready to rise for the tefillah as we do at this moment, God sang us a song. Now it's for us. Yeah, you can rise if you want. Why not? Now it's our turn to tell God our story, to sing God our song. Keep in mind Rabbi Chaim Stern's teaching. As you pray, pray as if everything depended on God, but act as if everything depends upon you.
After the flood, Noah, his family, and the saved animals emerge, traumatized, and into a very different and devastated world. Humanity and animal life have been completely wiped out, and those on the ark have lived through the terror of clinging to survival while knowing the destruction happening all around them. It's a painful emergence, and starting fresh will not be easy. God recognizes this, and as Noah and his family take those first tentative steps on land, orienting themselves to this new world, Vayomer Elohim, God speaks and makes a promise, not only with Noah and his children, but with every living creature that's with them. God declares that God will never do this flood thing again. Never again will God kill all living things. A good old covenantal pronouncement. But then, Vayomer Elohim, God keeps talking, and God sets a rainbow across the sky, explaining that it will be an eternal symbol of this promise never to destroy again. The double use of Vayomer Elohim here without anything in between is significant. Bible scholar and master translator Robert Alter teaches that having this double Vayomer Elohim, it repeated so close together here, means that there must have been what he calls a significant silence in between each of the phrase's uses. First, God spoke, promising not to flood again, and there was silence. Maybe this wasn't enough for Noah. Maybe he wasn't yet ready to accept this declaration. Maybe he couldn't trust that God wouldn't just change God's mind and give up on creation the next time the world's inhabitants misbehaved. And so God spoke again and reassured Noah, doubling down and creating a rainbow as a physical reminder of this brit, of this covenant. God recognized that the trust with Noah had been broken, and God took the silent gap in conversation as an opportunity to reach out further to Noah, taking the necessary multicolored steps forward to demonstrate the depth of God's commitment. Being in covenant means being in relationship. It means stepping forward and reaching out further even when, especially when, the first try doesn't work. It takes bravery and trust to continue hoping for connection, even if there's silence on the other side. Knowing when and how to make others feel safe and secure in relationships, knowing when to use our words or use our rainbows, this is one way we can share in holy covenant with each other. Our Aliyah this evening is dedicated to this covenantal outreach, this stepping into the silent gap. If in the past week or the past few weeks you made an effort to reach out to someone, maybe a friend who you'd felt distant from, a coworker with whom you had a conflict, a relative you just hadn't spoken to in a while, anyone who felt far from you, I'll invite you to please rise. And hopefully that's some of you. And I'll just open the Torah so that we can read these words of a model for outreach. Together we'll say, Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach, Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed, Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah. Vayomer Elohim el Noach ve'el banav ito lemor, va'ani hinani mikem et briti idchem ve'et zarachem acharechem ve'et kol nefesh hachaya asher idchem ba'ov ba'behema ובכל חיית הארץ איתכם, מכל יוצאי הטבע לכל חיית הארץ. והקימותי את בריתי איתכם, ולא יכרת כל בשר עוד מימי המבול, ולא יהיה עוד lo yihye od mabul lashachet haaretz. Vayomer Elohim zot ot habrit asher ani noten beini uvenechem uven kol nefesh chaya asher itchem lidorot olam et kashti natati ba'anan v'haita leot brit beini uvein haaretz. And together we'll say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. And while you're all still standing, a blessing for the Aliyah. Misha berach avotenu v'imotenu Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless us, their descendants, with the ability to continue to reach out to each other, to continue to step into that silent gap, and be there for those whom we love and whom we can support. Amen.
There is, of course, no hope more urgent than healing in the presence of Torah with so many of broken body, fractured spirits, despairing, downtrodden souls, to know that even in the midst of the darkest of moments, light may yet dawn. And so, for those who can and would like to rise, we pray. Mishaberach Avotenu Avram Yitzchak v'Yaakov ve'imotenu Sarav Karachav Leah. May the one who blessed our mothers and fathers before us bring strength to all who struggle against sickness, those who so long to be healed. We especially call to mind at this moment of prayer for healing George Simonoff, Daniel Foley, Greg Kellner, Scott Siegel, Paul Stampleman, Deb Margolin, Julie Ross, Terry Rossman, Norton Blumberg, Ian Spear, Jerry Gallner, Sam Phillip, Pat Ryan, Harriet Katz, Antonia Nolita Chipola, Susie Wolfson, Lawrence Cohen, Joseph Spinelli, Jody Kahn, Paul Wiggins, June Foreman, Barbara Peabody, Keith Schoen, Ari Fox, Nate Moskowitz, Louis Siegel, Avraham Yochanan Dov Lesser, Patricia Zapata, Andy Rosenthal, Marty Feldner, Bob Glassman, Stanley Tereski, Lori Weinberg, Bonnie Davis, Enid Elton, Hannah Stampleman, Harriet Lipton, Alan Bigner, Dick Stone, Carol Sladkis, Marlo Wiggins, Mark Green, Esther Schraga, and Claire Dennison. Everyone here add a name in hopes of healing. And of course, those at home, add your names now.
Share this. Dear God of our spirits.
Refresh our tired spirits.
Rejuvenate our lights.
Rejuvenate our lives.
Thank you for all these blessings
Thank you for all these blessings.
throughout our days and nights.
Throughout our days and nights.
We celebrate the
We
journey,
celebrate the journey.
this precious gift of light.
This precious gift of life.
Amen. I think we're at the Aleinu cantor, am I right?
Are we? I guess we are.
That flew by.
And everybody's still standing.
Literally.
Perfect.
I never know, when we're outside, I never know where to face. I'm always conflicted.
I know. Well, tonight
Because
I,
I
thought
think
I'd
that's
face
the
the
ark,
Torah.
but the ark, I don't know. Maybe we should face the Torah.
Tonight I face the Torah.
Okay, I think you're wise. I'm going to go for Torah.
There's our ark. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, latet gedula liyotzeh bereshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Knowing what Torah portion this is, it just reminded me that losing the people we love floods us with grief, a grief that can consume us. Mourning, oftentimes, is like a monsoon. Some drown in those waters of despair. What is it that keeps us going? If not the power of memory that we hold close, memory that holds us up. Broken-hearted, yearning as we might be, Kaddish is a moment that not alone brings memory to life, but reconnects us beyond its words to a love that never dies. Kaddish is not only for recalling death, but meant to hold high the gift of their lives. In this way, our Kaddish becomes a life preserver, sustaining both the love of those we remember and us as well. This Shabbat, we hold close the memories of yortzites observed in our congregational family, of Rhoda Katzenstein, Raymond Rudaisky, Lucy Sanger, Saul Arno, Dorothy Schlanger, Norman Hertzberg, Raymond House, Mildred Matros Brown, Sadie Stein, Robert Harris, Alan Elkind, Martin Levine, Anna Barton, Ralph Steinman, Rose Altman Swidler, Yuri Rubel, Sam Barton, Maurice Robbins, Dorothy Atkins, Norman P. Cohen, Joseph Kolodny, Isidore Cohen, Morton Madden, Abraham Cantor, Hyman Finkelstein, Howard B. Rosen, Rabbi Saul Kaplan, Esther Cohen, Mark Leugman, Marcus Widman, Sergio Blaiston, Max Spitzer, Maurice Murmy, Phyllis Rothman, George Schoengood, Carol Lowenstein, Harry Coopersmith, Margaret G. Weissman, Lisa Sklar, Trudy Schwartz, Edwin Nadell, John D. Feinberg, and Deborah Ovidoff Abelson. In addition, we remember those who within the last 30 days shaloshim have been laid to their eternal rest. Thelma Feller, mother of Michael, Daniel, and Josh, mother-in-law of Nancy, Sharona, and Lori, grandma of Jason, Ben, Katie, Rachel, Avi, Jonathan, Dara, and Noah. Ruth Green, wife of Jay, mother of Debbie, Larry, Charlie, and Martha, mother-in-law of Lou, Valerie, Judy, and Robert, grandmother of Jeffrey, Andrew, Lauren, Alex, Josh, Matthew, and Rachel. Chuck Burton, husband of Marilyn, father of Jonathan and Peter, father-in-law of Anita and Joni, grandfather of Maggie, Sissy, Ted, and Lola. Joseph Gam, husband of Rita, father of Tammy, Jennifer, and Adam, father-in-law of Kevin and Adam, grandfather of Matthew, Luke, Spencer, and Ethan. Mitzi Friedman, mother of Holly Sachs, along with Bill, John, and Lee, mother-in-law of Ben, Marcia, Anita, and Kerry, grandma of Matt, Sam, Farrell, Andrew, Daniel, Charlie, Maddie, Emma, Hannah, and Alex, and great-grandma of Ruby, Saul, and Emerson. Ruth Carson, mother of our member Dan Carson. Barbara Loeb Balinson, wife of Nick, mother of Suzanne. Larry and John, mother-in-law of Rob, Esther, and Wanda, grandma of Jane, Tommy, Sarah, Hannah, and Jacob, and just today, Amy Beach, dear friend of Louise Elton. Anyone here add a name in sacred remembrance? Holding on to their love, we share in words of Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach herutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayedecho beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen, yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lamei maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shmei dekucha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen, yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav,
Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel
v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be our blessing. Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Steve Lehman on behalf of the Board of Trustees. I want to welcome everyone here to join us on this beautiful October summer Sabbath night, and all of our viewers joining us by live streaming as well. I want to thank our musicians for another beautiful Kabbalat Shabbat. Emma, Jonathan, Sam, just magnificent. Even the planes coming into runway 22 at LaGuardia can't affect the beauty of the music. I want to give a premature and in advance mazel tov to our B'nai Mitzvah, Gabrielle Kraut and Lydia Sussman, who will be up here, inside, here tomorrow? I think here, right?
They're going to be right here.
Right here tomorrow, and hopefully just as balmy weather.
I think it's Gabriel, by the way. I think it's Gabe.
Gabe?
Yeah.
Did I say Gabriel?
He's definitely aboard.
We going Gabe? All right, Gabe. A couple of announcements, just a few things to note that we have going on. This coming Monday and Tuesday, the Social Action Committee is doing packing supplies for Afghan refugees, and information about that is available on the Social Action Committee page on our website. And then coming up October 12th, most soon, 19th and the 26th, the Social Justice, I think, is coordinating with URJ a program on racial equity, diversity, and inclusion training. So a really neat chance to kind of learn more about how to address those kinds of issues. And again, you can get information about that on our website. And as always, lots more going on our website. So enjoy the rest of the evening. Hopefully a beautiful weekend, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Let's rise together for our closing song. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. That was pretty good for not having the chords for